Okay, we are about to go live. Wow. Okay, so good to see you guys. Not actually see you, but be seen by you. I know this is very strange, but it's the new reality for a little while. So let's make the most of it. Right? I'm going to jump into Chrome here and looking at the history of these IDEs, these ways of connecting with the robot controllers. The purpose of me making this video today is to get you guys set up with an external IDE, a standalone piece of software that will allow us to continue to practice making programs for the robots. And I can continue giving you challenges, and you'll use a simulator to solve those challenges. So let's take a look. If we scroll down and we get to the Kipper link from way back in the dinosaur era of 2013 and 2015, I'm going to go on the Windows tab, but you'll see there's a Mac OS X tab here also for those of you who have Mac machines. So I'm going to click on the Windows link, and that's going to bring me to a page that's going to show me what I need for my Windows machine. I'm going to download that right here. And once it's up and running, let me just close this. Once it's up and running, it should be in my little startup menu here. I could just type in KISS IDE 5.2.2. So there's an install process. You can do that. You don't need me to show you how to walk through and install. New project is what we're going to click on when we jump in here. And we'll just call this navigation. And I'll say, okay. You see it's storing it on my hard drive. Say, okay. And now it wants to know what file I'm going to be building. I'm going to be building using C. So it would be one of these, right? I'll build the Hello World option. And we'll call it first try. Say, okay. And here's my program. Very similar to the way that you saw it in your browser-based IDE. We're just in an application now with the Hello World option. And if I hit run on this, it's asking me where I want to connect. And obviously I don't have a robot controller here to connect to, but I do have the Link simulator. So I'm going to choose my Link simulator and okay. And connection failed, but here launches the simulator. And I've got, navigation, which is the one that the project we're working on right now. And you'll notice it just says Hello World. I can reset. I can run. And I see in the console here my printf. Obviously, the robot doesn't go anywhere because I didn't tell it to go anywhere. This is my little robot. This is my game board. So what do I want to do here? Well, let's take a look and see what's available to us. If I go to the port configuration button right here, it brings me into here, and I can see that 7 analog ports are being used for various analog sensors. I have like 3 ET sensors. I've got 2 light sensitive sensors, and I've got my 2 line sensing top hat, left and right. Over here, I've got 2 digital sensors, a left and a right touch. And over here, I can see that my left wheel is ported to motor 0, and my right wheel is ported to motor 2. So I'm going to go straight to my program and use some of those sensors and motors and stuff just to get this little simulated robot moving around. So left is 0, 2 is 2, or right is 2. So I'm going to put in some variables here. We'll call this L motor equals 0, and int R motor equals 2. And now in my main, I can actually make a simple program. Let's see if we can get this thing moving. So I'm going to do motor And we'll put a little M sleep in there, maybe for 1 second. See it drive forward for 1 second and then say hello world. Maybe we'll put a little all off here. Why not? And I'm going to file save that. And I am going to run that. Run succeeded. Brings me to the simulation. Drives the robot forward for a second. Hello world. I'm off and running. Okay, wait a minute. This is all very this all seems very sort of, Matt Pereira-ish. I need something a little more complicated, something a little more challenging. What if we get it to drive forward until it senses this black line? Going back to the port configuration. Oops, let me reset. Oh, it won't let me do anything now. Oh God, what have I done? It's just angrily shouting at me. Oh, I got to close this, I guess. All right. What if I want to get it to drive up until it senses that line? That's my next challenge. Let me reset this. And let me go back here. And we want to use the right sensor, because the right sensor on the robot is going to touch this line first. And that's when I want them to stop. So I'm going to go to my port configuration and see that my right reflectance sensor is in analog port 6. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make int right top for right top hat, or whatever, you can name it whatever you want, and that was 6. And I'll come down here and write a little quick loop. How about that? While analog 6, well, in this case I don't have to put 6, do I? Put in right top is less than, we'll say 200. Then I want my motors moving. This I don't need anymore, because it's just going to run the motors forward until the right top hat is receiving a reading that is greater than 200. Now, I didn't know what to put here, but I'm just guessing. So we'll see if that works. And then I have my all off, right, to turn the motors off. And then it should say hello world. So let's see if this works. File, save. Wait, let's do right. While right line sensor not seeing black, drive forward. So that's what's going on. And we'll hit Control S to save and then run. And let's see what we get over here in the simulator. Should drive until he touches the black line. Boom. Hello world. All right, so that's working. We seem to be up and running. I would like for you by Thursday, when we meet for the first time, when I post the first assignment, I'd like for you to try to have this ready to go and maybe familiarize yourself with jumping back and forth between the program and the simulator, because as opposed to the research and design assignment that I had told you we were probably going to do, I've thought of more about that, and I think these exercises using the actual simulator and coding, learning some more coding, might be the best use of our time together. That is for those of you guys who did not take a robot home and you're just looking for something that you can do to keep honing your skills. So we'll meet on Thursday. Please try to get the IDE installed by then, and I'll see you later.